everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I greatly appreciate it. I have another pattern release for you today. If you missed my video, my previous video, it was the new itch to stitch pattern. Go check that out. That pattern is still on sale. And now we have available here, which I also believe is on sale. I'll put that information on the screen at the time that I'm printing this, or I'm sorry, recording this video is right before the release. So let's get into it. As you can tell by the title, this is a zero waist top. It is called the Panel Play Top and is by Thanks I Made It. This is Bianca. And so the owner, I've talked about her plenty of times, and I actually did a pattern test for her last summer. I believe it was last summer. It was the clutch handbag. And so yes, this was another pattern test. We actually worked on this in, I feel like it was June or July, and at the time you're seeing this, it's September. And so yeah, it's the end of September, so it's been a while since I pattern tested this. You will see pictures and video and whatnot popped up. It was a perfect pairing. I paired it with, and I paired it on purpose with this. I was a pattern tester for the Melody pants, the shorts from Love Notions, and so that's what I paired it with. And you'll see, and I did it on purpose so you can see where this hits me. So let's get into it. Again, it's going to be a really quick review and my thoughts on it. This is a zero waist top. What does that mean? There are no pattern pieces. You will be taking your measurements, and this is actually my first, if I'm remembering correctly, this is my first time ever doing a zero waist project. And so I wanted to do it because I never did one before, and I was like, can I do it? And so because the thought of just taking measurements and cutting out fabric based on that and manipulating the fabric to do what it needs to do kind of scared me a little bit. But this went so good. It's made to measure, so obviously you're doing this based on your measurements, so definitely get your measurements together. It does have different sleeve options. You have the elastic, the loose, angled, or ribbon tie. So I did the elastic. You'll be able to see more clearly in the pictures, but I did the elastic look. You can use, now depending on the sleeve length and the look that you're looking for will determine the width of fabric. So for 45-inch wide fabric, you will be able to do the elbow to bracelet length sleeves. For 54-inch wide fabric, for the wrist to the extra long. So my fabric, this beautiful, beautiful fabric, actually came from Sean of Kittenish Behavior. Yes, this came all the way across the pond. Her and I, this was, I think Sean and I had sent her some fabric, and then she sent me some fabric probably 2 years ago. Could have been, I think it was shortly after we moved in here. But it's maybe about 2 years ago. And so she sent me this beautiful print. It's a purple print, as you can tell, what looks like on a dark purple background. And so absolutely love this fabric, and I've had it in my stash for about 2 years, and so I've always wanted to try to figure out something to make with it. And so when this came up, I was like, that is absolutely perfect because I can use all of the fabric. And actually I have I think I have just a couple little scraps left that I can use for maybe lining the inside of a collar or something. Really nothing left. And so if you're going to do the crop length, it calls for 1 yard of fabric, the waist length 1.5 yards of fabric, and the hip length 2 yards. Now at the time I did this, my full bust was measuring still at a 49, but my waist was about a 45, 46, and my fullest part of my belly, which this is cropped, so it was never going to go down that far, so I didn't worry about that measurement. And so that is the so for the crop, like I said, 1 yard waist, 1.5 yards, hip length 2 yards. So you just have to make sure, depending on the sleeve variation that you decide to do, that you have enough. But again, you are taking measurements and of your own body to make the garment to fit you. If you do decide to use the elastic for the hem of your sleeve, you will need a 1/4 inch wide elastic, and or if you decide to use the ribbon for the drawstring on the sleeve, that is 1 inch for a total of 2 yards. So as we got into, it's very short so far as instructions, very simple and to the point. I went through, there was different versions, so make sure you check out Bianca's IG page. I will leave a link to it down in the description box, as well as a link to the pattern, because one, I believe it's on sale at the time that you're seeing this, and also you'll be able to see the other versions, because some people did very floaty fabrics. This is a if I didn't say, this feels like a cotton, a straight like quilt cotton. That's what this feels like, 45 inches wide. So the drape and the look will be different based on the type of fabric that you choose. I could totally see this in a rayon, something more flowy, and you will see, and I'll pop up pictures here actually of Bianca and her looks. You'll see in the different fabrics that she chose, the different length and sleeve variations, how you can really just make this pattern completely your own and do whatever you want with it. So far as the hem, I did not. So what I did for my hem, you can't see it here, you'll see it in the pictures. I'll start popping up pictures and video here. I did not finish the bottom of my hem because the length of the width of the fabric is 45 inch. So my hem crop was perfect. It hit perfect on me, where I decided not to do the hem because I just used the raw edge of the top, and that was perfect. I didn't want to turn that under or stitch that under, because then it would have been a little bit shorter. But I absolutely, this is perfect for fall for sure. As it gets cooler, this is definitely something that is very easy to wear, because this is something based off your own personal measurements. Your final look and finish will go smoothly. What I will say about the instructions are very easy to follow. I had no issues with these instructions because they were so simple to pull everything together. As long as you have fabric that you would like to, that you have to use. I think if you have like a yard of something, this is a good scrap buster, because then you can just use your scrap, whichever you have left of the fabric, to make this zero waist top based on your measurements to get the look that you would like. I do like the neckline, how the neckline comes across. It's almost, I would say almost boat neck, where it kind of tapers off to the shoulder here. I love that look, again, because I am narrow shouldered. So for me, that look is absolutely perfect. So I should have popped up pictures and video and popped up pictures of Bianca and how she looked. This is a really good pattern. The testing process went very smoothly, and she made all of the updates and whatnot to the pattern that was needed based on feedback. Especially I had feedback on certain things that for zero waist maybe I just wasn't familiar with, so that was more me needing to understand how to sew zero waist as opposed to the instructions. And so that's what I will say about that. It is so easy, you guys, and definitely a beauty. Lady Dane, I just love it. Lady Dane is rocking it well. And when I say I just love the sleeve, I love this sleeve length. You all know I'm not a long sleeve person, so for me this hits perfectly, and it hits about right here. You'll see it would have seen it in the pictures, but I can raise it up and still have the look. And I wore it with those shorts because I knew that it would hit at the perfect spot where the natural waistline of my shorts start, and so it kind of meets there without any showing of a bunch of belly and all that other different stuff for me. And so yay, it's a great fit. Absolutely loved it. Thank you again, Bianca, for allowing me to test this pattern. I love it. I love it. I love it, especially for my first zero waist. And I have one other zero waist pattern that now I'll probably pull out, probably not until next year, because it's a summery look, or I could maybe, I don't know. But anyway, I do have another zero waist pattern that I did purchase that I have not made yet. So anyway, everybody, let me know what you think. And again, the link to Bianca's Instagram is down below, as well as a link to the pattern. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Let me know what you think of the look. And yeah, how did I do for my first zero waste pattern? Let me know. Thank you everybody so much for tuning in today. I greatly appreciate it. You all have a fantastic rest of your week, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.